Quagman absorbs the Mud Bomb. We see the opponent attempt to make a catch onto Mantine. We see Akchillywilly show great composure. We shield up the aerial ace over farm, fire off the Stone Edge. Stone Edge will be secure in the knockout, and due to that beautiful energy management, we're going to get to Mud Bomb this pancake to the face. Welcome back to the channel. The Jungle Cup isn't here for all that much longer, thankfully. However, if you're looking to climb, we're going to take a look at, in my opinion, the most flexible team you can possibly run. For a number of seasons, Galarian Stunfisk, a Pokemon I like to call the Bear Trap, reigns supreme in the Great League. That is because it's got a charge move combination of ground and rock coverage. These two are very rarely resisted. One Pokemon that comes to mind is Torterra, but let's not kid ourselves, who is running that nonsense? Today's featured battler, Akchillywilly, a regular on my channel, huge shout out to AK as always, is running a Skarmory double ground strategy. A lot of people have run Skarmory double Mud Boy, however, we haven't got two Mud Boys that have that ground rock type coverage. Of course, you can run Blizzard Wishcash, which would give you similar coverage, however Blizzard is more of a get out of jail free card. So running Hippowdon instead of a second Mud Boy gives you the ability to almost fight back against anything in the meta, meaning both our back two Pokemon have the ability to have play against the entire meta. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game one, disastrous lead, the silly electric fish into our Skarmory. We see the save switch into Hippowdon, drawing out Ferrothorn. If we was a Mud Boy, we'd be taking double super effective. Don't get me wrong, we're still taking super effective, but not taking anywhere near as much fast move pressure. Akchillywilly full sends the Scorching Sands, landing it through two Protect Shield, and we now have a very good opportunity to take back switch advantage. Akchillywilly farms up, fires off the rock type Weather Ball, forcing a Protect Shield. We see the instant shield deployed from AK. Looking to make a play at taking switch advantage. The opponent looks to reach the third Power Whip. They don't get there. Hippowdon is a Ferrothorn counter confirmed. You heard it here first. Out comes Sableye. Akchillywilly fires off the Scorching Sands, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. The opponent looks for the full Shadow Claw farm down, but the hungry Hippo, still not done, reaches the second Scorching Sands. And my god, this Hippo is going off in game number one. We send out Skarmory, operate as the damage sponge. We see the instant pivot into Lantern, and High Silly Electric Fish meet our second ground type. In the very first battle, you can already see just how flexible this team is. The opponent sent out a grass type into our ground type. Akchillywilly was able to flip the mid game, realigning his Pokemon, and that should pretty much seal the deal. The opponent fires off the Surf. The Quagman withstands the damage. I like this play from AK. He allows his Quagman to get incredibly low. One Shadow Claw takes us out. The opponent's going to need to reach the double foul play to knock out Skarmory. Are they going to get there? The first one lands. The opponent looks to reach the second. Skarmory gets the Steel Wing farm down, and we're off to a 1-0 start. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see more of a neutral lead. However, we've got two better responses in the back. Akchillywilly looking to farm up a boatload of energy. The opponent looking to do the same. Akchillywilly fires off the Sky Attack. Sky Attack from a Shadow actually did a lot more than I was expecting, as this Toxic Nipple is so thick. Akchillywilly absorbs the first Brine, will easily survive the second, and I imagine we're going to look to pivot at some stage. Akchillywilly continuing to stay in and looking to fire off yet another Sky Attack. Of course, our ground types have got play into grass types, although it would be nice to bait them out. Speaking of which, that is exactly what Akchillywilly has done. He sniped the low health Toxapex with his Hippowdon, drawing out a Bomber Snow. A Bomber Snow instantly shields the rock type Weather Ball. Hippowdon so spammy, it looks like AK happy to exchange shields in the mid game. Is the opponent willing to two shield a Bomber Snow? The second rock type Weather Ball does force the opponent's final Protect Shield. Akchillywilly able to reach the third Weather Ball. This Hippo is so good this season. The opponent doesn't look for the Powder Snow farm down, instead farming up to the double charge. His Weather Ball does secure the knockout. Akchillywilly can send in Skarmory, shield once and look to Brave Bird whatever's in the back, and that looks like the play he's going for. We shield up the Weather Ball. The opponent not wanting to get farmed down, send out Vigoroth, but Vigoroth instantly greeted with the Brave Bird to the face. Brave Bird near one shot, so we send out the Quagman, and this is going to be G to the G. If I was the opponent, I'd just top left, as their low health of Bomber Snow is going to get BM Stone Edge. We get the Mud Shot farm down, and the opponent not wanting to get Stone Edge do concede the match. GG's, heading into the next battle. We see another Man of Culture, running my favourite Pokemon of this meta, Shadow Quagman. A lot of Quags are on an Aqua Tail, but the opponent builds up to a potential Stone Edge, and we see us respect it with a Protect Shield. The opponent then sends out Vigoroth. We've got a whole heap of energy we bait with the Sky Attack, forcing a Protect Shield, and we then see the pivot into the Hungry Hippo. Hippowdon isn't the glassiest of shadows, but a stab body slam does do around 45%, so with the residual counters we are going to get 2-shot. It looks like Akchillywilly just completely sacking the Hippo, recognising it isn't going to be all that good against Quagsire if they are running Legacy Aqua Tail. We send back out Skarmory. We see AK very nicely overfarm, fire off the Sky Attack. Sky Attack does secure the knockout. The opponent opt to reveal their third, and it's a Skarmory Mirror. A Shadow Brave Bird does so much damage. AK just full sends it, doing 50% of Skarmory's HP, and we see the pivot into Quagsire. Akchillywilly goes straight for the Mud Bomb. Of course, this is resisted, but the opponent might shield, thinking we're running Aqua Tail. As always, you've got to fake it till you make it. We force the final Protect Shield, then call the Sky Attack bait. What a savage. Look at Quagsire's big grin. He's saying we don't shield baits in this household. We land the Mud Bomb on the opposing Quagsire. Akchillywilly looks like he's trusting in Skarmory to clean up this battle. The opponent's going to need to reach back-to-back Aqua Tails, but I just don't think they're going to get there. That Steel Wing will be securing the knockout, and we've got the Brave Bird bank. We shield up the Aqua Tail, fire off the Brave Bird, and Akchillywilly is going to pull off a very, very well-played game. GG's. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of shoutcasting Akchillywilly, and he does not disappoint. Always very, very entertaining. In the next battle, we see a Nightmare lead. We see the pivot into Hippowdon, and once again, that Rock-type coverage gonna come in clutch as the opponent sends out Mantine. We're able to reach the second Weather Ball before the opponent reaches a potential Ice Beam or Water Pulse, and we've managed to force ourselves a shield advantage in the mid-game. Are we going to see AK look to make a play at switch? Again, he calls the bait. Holy cow, this man must wear shorts, even in winter. There is no way you fit them giant testicles in a pair of jeans. As we called the bait, we're able to shield up the next Aerial Ace, reach the next Rock-type Weather Ball, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. The opponent, not wanting to lose their Mantine, opt to pivot into Vigoroth, giving us alignment, and that could be everything. As we're now going to align the Quagman with that Pancake in the end game. Akchillywilly very smartly didn't switch lock himself either. So if this Sky Attack knocks out Vigoroth, we're even going to be able to switch. You can see him spamming the switch. Come on, trainer, send out the Pancake. The opponent does send out the Pancake, and once again, our strategy has come in clutch. Along with a bit of AK's huge cojones calling the bait as well, in fairness. The opponent attempts to catch a Mud Bomb onto Mantine. Akchillywilly shows great composure, holds his energy. We shield up the Aerial Ace. Akchillywilly then overfarms, fires off the Stone Edge. Stone Edge will be securing the knockout, and as we very nicely overfarm, we're going to get the opportunity to Mud Bomb this Pancake to the face. Mud Bomb lands for massive damage. The Pancake is going to be able to reach a Mud Bomb in return. Mud Bomb doesn't quite knock us out. We pivot into Skarmory. Skarmory looking to reach a charge move. The opponent will be taking us out with a discharge. Actually go for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb isn't lethal. We reach the Sky Attack, and despite AK hard losing lead, we pick up another clutch dub. GG's, and thanks for playing. Very, very nicely done. Heading into the next battle, we see Vigoroth, the Pokemon that is on 99% of basic bitch meta abusers teams. We see Akchillywilly respect the rock side, and I like this shield, because if you're going to use Shadow Skarmory, it does have objectively less bulk. So if the opponent lands a rock side, then just go Body Slam after that. Akchillywilly fires off a Sky Attack, forcing a Protect Shield. In return, we then farm up, look to catch a Rock Slide onto Hippowdon. What a play from AK. The opponent then answers Hippowdon Say Switch with a Bomber Snow, but a Bomber Snow isn't going to fancy our Rock-type coverage. Rock-type Weather Ball lands, getting a Bomber Snow into the red. The opponent just about get the Powder Snow farm down. Heartbreakingly, we die with the next Rock-type Weather Ball banked. AK now sends out Skarmory. Hopefully that is one Steel Wing range. No, the opponent survived the Steel Wing. We're going to survive this Weather Ball, but our Skarmory is now almost at no HP. We see AK spamming the switch. The opponent sends out the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Bird of Death. Akchillywilly looks to go for the Mud Bomb bait. The opponent fire off the fly. Oof, that did too much damage. Do we have a chance? AK Chillywilly fires off the Mud Bomb bait. The opponent instantly pivot, energy dry, send out Vigor off. AK Chillywilly lets himself get incredibly low. The opponent's only getting one Incinerate off. They're going to be one off a charge move. We've got the Brave Bird banked. Let's fucking go. Skarmory is going to be a Talonflame counter confirmed. Get that Talonflame off my screen. And AK picks up the dub. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, the Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death is looking for redemption. We see the instant pivot into Hippowdon. The opponent stays in, so they're going to be forced to burn an early Protect Shield on the double super effective Rock-type Weather Ball. AK Chillywilly happy to match shields, knowing he's going to force the opponent's final Protect Shield if they continue to stay in. The opponent does stay in. There's no chance they don't shield this. The opponent is now all shields down, but they've got a boosted Talonflame with residual energy. AK Chillywilly going to wait out his full clock and send out the Quagman. Are we going to see AK respect potential boosted fly or Brave Bird? Once again, we look to call the bait. Oh man, this is so rough. AK now forced to shield up the next fly. The opponent continued to stay in. So we are going to be able to take him out with the Stone Edge. But we need Skarmory to be very good against what they've got in the back. They've got Lantern. So unfortunately, we are going to get RPS for the loss. We're going to YOLO a Brave Bird. Brave Bird from a Shadow, you can see, there's actually two-shot Lantern. It's one of the perks running Shadow Skarmory. But unfortunately, you can't win them all. Thunderbolt going to be massive overkill. And Quag is going to get resisted. Spark Farm down. Heading into the next battle. We see the King of the Themed Cup, the cheeky little monkey, Vigoroth. Last time we saw us respect the first charge move as the opponent's unlikely to bait. And again, we see AK going for the same tactic. We shield at the Rock Slide. AK Chillywilly has done so much Steel Wing damage that they are in Sky Attack range. We fire off the Sky Attack, force a Protect Shield. Are we going to be 2 for 2 on Rock Slide catches? Does the opponent full send? Yes, they do. AK Chillywilly once again manages to draw out Mantine, and we've seen this is by no means a bad matchup for a hungry Hippo as these Weather Balls come thick and fast. If this opponent goes for any silly baiting tactics, we might actually win the mid game. We see AK look to call the bait. The opponent full send a Water Pulse, guaranteeing either the shield or the knockout. In this case, they achieved the knockout. AK sends back out Skarmory. We go for the Sky Attack. Is Sky Attack enough to knock out? No, it's not. This is only an Aerial Ace, but Skarmory is now rapidly running out of HP. Aerial Ace, despite being resisted, gets us low. We see the instant pivot into the Quagman. Out comes Lantern, and the opponent pivots back out into Vigoroth. We go straight for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb forces the opponent's final protection. The opponent then continues to farm up, throw the Body Slam on the CMP tie. I think this is the move that AK Chillywilly should shield, as Body Slam does around 37.5%. Whereas Surf does around 35, so it is the hardest hitting move left in the game, but regardless, the opponent is going to have a tough time of Spark farming us down. Speaking of which, I think that's the play the opponent should go for, because every time they throw a charge move, we sneak a Mud Shot. You can see perhaps not shielding the Body Slam is going to cost us. AK, thinking he's not going to reach a charge move, pivots into Skarmory, tries to reach the Brave Bird, but unable to reach it, and AK is going to concede the match. GG's to that opponent. In the next battle, we see Skarmory into Guzzlord. We see the opponent into the pivot, into the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Bird of Death, and it is answered with Hippowdon. We go straight for the Rock-type Weather Ball. Whoa, I missed the big boom. I thought that was a guaranteed shield. Jamie, you need to get sharper, son. Back out. Comes Guzzlord. AK Chillywilly looking to YOLO the Scorching Sands. Scorching Sands goes unshielded, landing for big damage. Again, Hippowdon dies with the Rock-type Weather Ball. Numerous times so far in today's video, we've just missed out on getting a last second charge move off. We send back out Skarmory. The opponent fires off the crunch and then pivot into Palosand. Yesterday I did say I think this is a crappy design for a Pokemon. I'll tell you how the person from the Pokemon company come up with this one. One of the people was on the beach. They got a little email saying we need to come up with another generation of Pokemon. The guy sipping his rum cocktail out of a coconut looked around and thought, I know. Let's make a sandcastle. No, that is pathetic. However, we've got distracted. Although I don't really think any distraction is going to save this opponent. We've got a 2-0 shield advantage. AK Chillywilly, not interested in shielding, fires off the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb knocks out the sandcastle. Back out comes Guzzlord. AK, of course, just going to shield out whatever they throw. Throw the Mud Bomb, and we're going to pick up the dub. GG's, and thanks for playing. Clearly I was very distracted as we didn't even need to throw the Mud Bomb, we just Mud Shot farm down. Let's try and keep focused. In the next battle we see Skarmory into Vigoroth. We know AK likes to shield at the first, Rock Slide and catch the second, although AK going for a change of tactic, just immediately looking to catch and banking his energy on Skarmory. Our Hippowdon Say Switch is answered by Mandibuzz. Once again this Rock type coverage going to come in clutch, although Mandibuzz is incredibly thick and they don't do all that much damage. The trade-off for Mandibuzz's bulk is they hit like a wet noodle despite the opponent full sending a Dark Pulse. We're able to withstand the damage, reach the second Rock type Weather Ball, getting them into the red health. The opponent even opts to throw. Petrify will make another Rock type Weather Ball and we're just going to take that. As it's nice to deplete their energy, we can now send in Skarmory. Skarmory could have got a full Steel Wing farm down, but it looks like we're looking to keep health, so we opt to throw the Sky Attack. Sky Attack does secure the knockout. Out comes another Fire Death Bird. We see the instant pivot into the Quagman, drawing back out Vigoroth. We go straight for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb isn't lethal, so the opponent tanks in. It puts him in a really awkward health range, where I think if we're going to Mud Shot farm down, we might be forced to burn both shields. Vigoroth does indeed make the second Body Slam. Quagman is going to leave loaded, but the opponent does still have 2 Protect Shields. Akchillywilly going for the Mud Bomb bait. Surely this is going to get shielded. The opponent has to shield. They do shield the first Quagman this time. Full sending does the opponent. Respect the damage. Stone Edge does force the final protection. We'll then see the pivot into Skarmory. We're able to reach the Brave Bird. Akchillywilly again picks up the dub. Get that Talonflame off my screen. GG's. In the next battle, we see Skarmory into Altaria. A favourable matchup for us. The opponent instantly pivot into Vigoroth. Akchillywilly stays in. It looks like we're going to look to make the Rock Slide catch once again onto the Hungry Hippo. Akchillywilly's counting absolutely on point. We're able to catch the Rock Slide, and it looks like this time we're just going to throw a Rock type Weather Ball, not wanting to get taken out without getting any damage off. Akchillywilly, last second Investor Protect Shield. Perhaps he thinks he can Sand Attack farm down. Can we get it? It doesn't quite look like it, so he opts to throw the Rock type Weather Ball. Weather Ball does force the opponent's first Protect Shield. Is AK going to go all in, looking to keep that alignment? No, he's not. I guess with a Protect Shield down, we're more likely to be able to Stone Edge Altaria. We send out Skarmory. Skarmory gets the full Steel Wing farm down. Out comes Talonflame. We YOLO the Brave Bird. Brave Bird forces the opponent's final Protect Shield, and it is the Quagman time. I think we've got to shield this, so we'll just get Dragon Breath farm down. Evidently, what do I know? Akchillywilly has other ideas. Perhaps we're going to Stone Edge, look to Steel Wing farm down, and then just Brave Bird and once again. That looks like it's a play that is very possible, although we are quite low. Hopefully we don't get Dragon Breath farm down. We're going to shield up the incoming Sky Attack. Can we get the Steel Wing farm down? It's going to be so close. Yes, we can on quite literally 1 HP and a dream, but Akchillywilly knows his IVs and pulls off another well-played game. GG's. I think it's always interesting to see how different people see win cons. I think I personally would have looked to triple Stone Edge the shit out of everything. In the next battle, we see the Skarmory Mirror. This is a very long, boring, drawn-out matchup, the battle of resisted damage. Although, when you've got a Shadow Skarmory, it does go somewhat quicker, as you can see. Just the Steel Wings and 2 Sky Attacks essentially knock out. AK tanks the Sky Attack, returns fire with his own Sky Attack. He's then going straight for the Brave Bird. Does the opponent respect the damage? Get that Skarmory out of here. And we see the pivot into Hippowdon. It looks like the opponent happy to stay in with Vigoroth. And Vigoroth is greeted with the Rock type Weather Ball, which does get him below half health. Akchillywilly with 2 Protect Shields, too hard behind, not willing to shield up the Hippo, knowing he's going to make a Rock type Weather Ball regardless. This will pretty much knock out, so the opponent might burn a Protect Shield and look to counter farm down. The opponent does invest that Protect Shield, and now we've got Quagman with a 2-to-1 shield advantage and still some health on our Skarmory. What was that visual glitch? I'm unsure if we sent out Quagman, then pivoted into Skarmory looking to make a catch. Body Slam isn't lethal. Clearly we didn't show and go as we're not switch lock. We Mud Shot farm down Vigoroth. It's the silly electric fish in the back, and that's going to be all she wrote. In the next battle, we see the Battle of the Flyers. This is not bad for us, to be honest. The opponent has to go all the way for an Ice Beam or Water Pulse to hit us for neutral. We YOLO the Brave Bird. Brave Bird, despite missing a bubble, nearly one-shots, and then we pivot into Hippowdon. Looks like AK once again looks to call the bait, and ouch, the opponent Full sends an Ice Beam, nearly one-shot on our Hippo. They then send out Guzzlord. Guzzlord is greeted with the Rock-type Weather Ball. However, the opponent has now switched up a Dragon, and we have a very healthy Skarmory to greet it. Back out comes Skarmory. We do resist the Dragon Tails, but the Brutal Swing or Crunch, depending on what they're running, is going to hurt. We actually see AK invest a Protect Shield on the Crunch. He then overfarms, throwing it very disciplined timing and fires off the Sky Attack. Sky Attack, forced to Protect Shield back. AK unwilling to 2-shield Skarmory. Happy to tank the next Crunch. Crunch doesn't knock out. The opponent looks to snipe Skarmory with Vigor off. And we had the same idea, looking to snipe them with the Quagman. Quagman has so much work ahead of itself. We do have a slight pacing advantage in this matchup as it takes us 10 turns, then 8 to each Mud Bomb, whereas Vigoroth is straight 10 turns. You can see we're able to reach the double Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb forces the opponent's final Protect Shield. Akchillywilly in such a tough spot. We're forced to shield up the incoming Body Slam. Quagman gets counter farm down. Skarmory also going to get counter farm down, so AK is going to concede the match. Heading into the next one. Dream leads Skarmory into the Abominable Snowman. The opponent save switches into Toxapex. We bank a boatload of energy and then send out the Quagman. I really like that banking of energy because Toxapex hits like an absolute wet noodle. You can see 2 brines come nowhere close to knocking out. So you may as well bank the energy because we're going to keep alignment regardless. The first Mud Bomb lands. Akchillywilly didn't throw on the CMP tie. I think this actually gives the opponent the opportunity to perhaps realign if they're willing to double shield. Let's see if the opponent wants to make a play at switch. We've got 100 energy banked. Mud Bomb secures the knockout. We leave with the Stone Edge, which will be forcing a Protect Shield if they send back out a Bomber Snow. The opponent does send out the Snowman. Surely they shield right. Or not. Holy, the opponent near gets one shot. We send out Skarmory. It's not Tentacle on the back. It's actually Lantern, but regardless, this is game over. We fire off the Sky Attack, which the opponent chooses to shield. We show him Hippo. Trainer, just give up. There is no win in this game. We're going to shield up the Surf. The opponent is going to get outpaced, and they finally concede the match, and we're going to move swiftly on. We see another battle of flyers. Skarmory into the flying Umbreon, aka Mandibuzz. This opponent is on Snarls. This is a better matchup for them, as opposed to if they're on Air Slash. The opponent fires off the Dark Pulse, and you can see Skarmory, usually a pretty bulky boy, in its shadow form, not that bulky. We full send a Brave Bird, force a Protect Shield, and we pivot into the Hippo. I imagine the opponent goes for the Chip and Dip. They throw the Dark Pulse. The opponent continues to stay in, so we're just going to throw this Rock-type Weather Ball at them. Unfortunately, this won't be lethal, but we'll get them low. The opponent is still going to need a Dark Pulse to secure the knockout. If they Aerial Ace, which they do, is a huge mistake, as the opponent's going to be unable to Snarl Farm us down before Hippowdon reaches yet another Rock-type Weather Ball. We are so spammy. Hi Mandibuzz, bye Mandibuzz. The opponent then sends out their own Skarmory. We've got a 2-to-1 shield advantage. ABA Flyers. I like this play of sending out Quagman because whatever they've got in the back surely has to beat Lantern, so it could potentially be a Grass type, which Skarmory of course will do well into. We land the Stone Edge, then see AK attempt to catch a charge move onto Skarmory unsuccessfully. The opponent's actually got Unova Stunfisk in the back, which also of course will be a Lantern counter. The opponent doesn't commit to the full Thundershock farm that they throw the Discharge, securing the knockout where Mud Bomb definitely would have been enough with a lowered defense. Now all down to the Quagman. AK still hanging on to 2 Protect Shields, then going to farm up, throw the Mud Bomb on the CMP time, maximising his energy. Mud Bomb secures the knockout. The opponent has 0 fast move pressure into us, as Thundershock and Steel Wing are both going to be resisted. The opponent fires off the first Sky Attack. Akchillywilly going for a Mud Bomb bait. Mud Bomb is going to force the opponent's final Protect Shield. Of course, we're going to shield in return. They're actually low enough that I think a Mud Bomb probably is going to knock out. We're going to play it safe, throw the Stone Edge, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle, we lead Skarmory into Steelix, our first Steelix sighting of the video, with 2 very nice answers in the back. The opponent looking to go for some sort of annoying debuffing move. Psychic Fang guarantees a debuff to our defense, whereas Breaking Swipe now only has a 50% chance to lower our attack. The opponent then answers our Hippowdon save switch with Vigor off. We fire off the Scorching Sand, getting Vigor off below half health. The opponent fires off the Body Slam. Body Slam does secure the knockout. We can now send out Skarmory. and I imagine we just Steel Wing farm all the way down. Speaking of annoying debuffs, we got the Scorching Sand debuff. So I was going to say the Rock Slide wouldn't do too much damage, but apparently the opponent only reached a Body Slam. Back out comes Steelix. We're going to fire off the Brave Bird, force a Protect Shield, and we pivot into the Quagman with shield advantage. The opponent doesn't debuff us before sending out Mandibars, which I think is a bit of a mistake. We go straight Stone Edge, rocks this silly Vulture down below half health. We shield up an Aerial Ace bait, but we've got 2 shields, we need to start using them. Is AK going to call yet another Aerial Ace? Last second we invest the Protect Shield and we correctly shield up the Dark Pulse again. There is no baiting. We fire off yet another Stone Edge. Get that Mandibars out of here. Back out comes Steelix. Despite this being shadow on shadow crime, Breaking Swap just isn't going to get the job done. They do get the attack drop, but Quagman is going to be able to reach back-to-back Mud Bombs. We fire off the first, forcing the opponent's final protection. I like the banking of the charge move. We definitely win CMP, and that is going to be game over. The opponent continuing to play out the inevitable. They fire off the Psychic Fangs. Trainer, just give up. We're going to fire off the Brave Bird. Brave Bird is resisted, but more than enough to pick up the dub. GG's, and thanks for playing. Heading into the final battle of the video, we see a big fat yikes lead with the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Bird of Death, we see the pivot into Hippowdon, drawing out Cradilly. Again, we're going to full send the Scorching Sands. Scorching Sands goes unshielded. Oof, it doesn't quite do as much damage as I was hoping. I don't think we can flip this. Let's see if AK is going to attempt it. Looks like we are going to attempt to make a play at taking back switch. I think we'll at least force a protection here as the opponent isn't going to want to give up that alignment. Rock type Weather Ball does force the opponent's first Protect Shield. Akchillywilly just going to let Hippo go down. We can send out Skarmory. We are going to get a very nice Steel Wing farm down. But we're going to instantly pivot as we don't have a move bank. We send out the Quagman. The opponent then sends out Charger Bug. Okay, it's time. We're full sending. Does the opponent respect the damage? Stone Edge goes unshielded. We near one-shot Charger Bug. Let's go Quagman. Quagman smelling blood. Looking to close the video strong. Back out comes Talonflame. I imagine they flame charge from here. We do shield up the flame charge. The opponent has now vamped up their own attack. Quagman fires off 2 mud shots and the Mud Bomb bait. Mud Bomb forces the opponent's final Protect Shield. We're able to throw 2 mud shots, outpace Talonflame to the next Stone Edge, and Quagman sweeps the back line. GG's, and thanks for playing. Quagman, without a doubt, my favourite Pokemon in this meta for that very reason. Huge shout out to Akchillywilly for bringing us, as always, a very entertaining battle submission with what I think is probably the most flexible team you can run in this current meta, due to the fact we've got 2 Pokemon with ground and rock coverage which can hit the entirety of the meta for at least neutral. Before I wrap up today's video, I'd firstly like to say a huge thank you to everyone for all the support I've been receiving. I cannot believe my low quality content that I make exclusive in my very battered up old mobile phone has almost reached 8,000 subscribers, so just thanks for all the support. Speaking of which, if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Both of these things will help increase my reach and perhaps one day it will even make 10k. If you'd like to take your support even further, you can now be a member on the channel. Memberships start from only 99p, but by no means is that mandatory. Just a like is all we really need. As always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.